almost 6 days of this. If you could have, how many people would you like to have down in broadcast?
I think 3.
You think 3?
This is getting a little bit behind the scenes.
I was saying, yeah, that's fine. It's early. We can chat. We can have a chit chat.
Yeah, but I really feel like it feels more this year than ever that the co-pilot to me is not getting enough time to just do whatever they want, and they're having to spend too much time communicating and deciding things.
See, that's their fault for not doing the 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. shift.
Yes.
Because it's nice and chill.
Yeah, so I guess the majority of my time here is between 10 a.m. and 10 p.m.
Yeah.
And there's lots of stuff going on, and I'm feeling more and more, we kind of had this idea before, and we didn't really do it, that it feels like someone needs to be kind of just wrangling all that stuff, and that the driver and co-pilot still run the show, but they don't need to be doing a lot of the stuff that we're getting them to do now, so that they can just concentrate more on being entertaining. And I think having a third person in tech that was basically the person that everyone could go to instead of bothering the co-pilot for stuff, and then that person could contact the co-pilot and say, hey, this is what we have coming up next. And just have a central person.
See, I was going to say,
talked about before.
I was going to say 4 people.
How?
So you have sound.
Yeah.
You have sound.
Yes.
You have just a video switcher.
Okay, yeah.
You have graphics and overlay.
Yes.
And then you have your director,
Yeah.
which is basically what you just said.
Yeah.
That person that we can come to or somebody
Yeah.
can come to if they need something, and then you can take that to your
We
team.
could also have a lighting person.
Yeah, that's, I think, too much.
I said that as a joke. But
Yeah.
Because the sound and lighting could be the same person. I think the problem I think the problem with that is that during really busy times, 3 people is not going to be too many. But when it's quieter, it's
3 people's too many.
It's just a person in the way, right? It's
Yeah.
too many people trying to do the same things.
Yeah.
And you can have one person run all of that stuff at the same time when it's quiet.
That would not be a bad idea, Felix.
But yeah, but there's definitely times, especially in the middle of the night, when you don't need 3 people, and you could even just do with 1 at some times. And we do that, right? Because we don't have any coverage.
No.
All right.
But they just put the extra person on the couch here.
I am brutal during the middle of the night. I am copy this stuff, copy it over. I want to see that in 10 seconds. Let's go.
I don't know. I mean, in the past, because I've only got 2 years now as a frame of reference and whatnot. But Thomas and I during overnight are just we are in our separate zones.
Yes.
But in sync doing things, and it's just so it's Thomas rarely has to look at anything that goes on with the co-pilot, because I'm the one grabbing all the challenges and doing all that kind of thing, and then he basically sits. He hangs out by. Hey, buddy, I love you too. he actually does not hang out as much at the video switcher as much as he hangs out in the overlay and does stuff like this and does he's talking in the lower third and whatnot all the time. So it's I don't think we can ever do one person.
Oh no, definitely not. I mean having 2 people and someone needs to go on a break is not. You don't need a third person to cover for that. I was never suggesting that we would need to go down to 1 person overnight. I was just saying it's not as big deal to have 3 people to cover.
Totally. But
if you did have 3 people, it also means that whenever Ben's away from his desk because he's screwing around setting up for a bit.
That never happened.
I don't know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
that never. What do you, Beej?
It was.
Hey, can we talk about Jason and how I think he's aged about 16 years?
We are
This
killing
week,
Jason.
we're killing him.
Well, it's also he's kind of killing himself.
I can't believe how many extra projects he does.
So
He's
he
I was
so,
bored.
so not only does he take on way too many extra projects as well, but you can just see him slowly dying when he's on tech because.
Oh, yeah.
So if you don't know, Jason's job is basically this, right?
He works in TV production.
He works in legitimate. He works in legitimate TV. Yeah, broadcast production.
Yeah.
For sports.
For sports, and this probably just he probably just goes home every night and weeps.
Yeah.
Would be my guess, and is just please, I just want to go home to my truck, my broadcast truck, and my friends who know what the hell they're doing,
and tally talkback so we can all talk to each other.
Yeah.
He's definitely pushed us, which I think is really good. But it's so funny because especially Corey is all about, and Thomas too, is all about the most ridiculous stuff you can do with that mixer,
Yeah.
and it drives him crazy. He hates that stuff so much,
Yeah.
and it's like I think it was after you had left. We started doing them, and Jason was still there. I was like, "Oh, Jason must be getting too tired to put up a fight anymore." And it's totally. He's like, "I don't even care anymore." and Corey was like laughing maniacally and just doing as many different star wipes and heart wipes as she could. We totally broke Jason.
Oh, that was a pretty good.
But
All these transitions right now.
like honestly, like because Jason was not here as much last year, like
Yeah, because
No,
you
you-
could only do like 3 days
2 or
4.
3 days,
being,
yeah.
being like also a person who does like tech stuff full time and whatnot. It's been so rad.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
with him, because like him and I like speak like the same lingo and whatnot, and like we like a lot of the bits and whatnot that like if both Jason and I are on at the same time, we actually write like scripts down, and we're like, this is how it's gonna go. It's gonna go perfect. And like when we were doing your intro,
Which was great, by the way.
he was just like, how are the lights going down? I'm like, oh, I said Johnny could flip them off. He's like, no, Johnny's got to focus on his thing. We're gonna set this up. Who's able to do this? And he's like, we're like making checklists and making sure everything goes. And it was real. It's been really awesome. Jason is super cool. So it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Not that anybody else in engineering is like, you guys are all just amateurs. But it's super cool because like everybody in engineering kind of comes from like a different background.
Yeah, and like Jason offers like a production polish. Oh.
Hey! That has never worked so quickly. You poked it like twice.